The first speaker is Miriam Martínez Pérez. She is a lecturer of commercial law at the University of Compostela, and today she is coming to talk to us about standardization, big data, and Internet of Things. Miriam, whenever you're ready, you can start.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. I'm going to be very brief because due to the lack of time. And first of all, I would like to say thank you for people who organized this Congress to allow me to be here today. And now, as I said, I'm going to be very brief. The topic of my speech is standardization, big data in the field of Internet of Things. So the first question we have to answer is why standardization processes can lead into antitrust problems in the field of Internet of Things. And we can try to answer the question taking into account that nowadays we are participating into a rapid development of the Internet of Things. And this can has led into a large number of European initiatives to promote standardization processes in this field. So these standardization processes try to promote interoperability between the technology which is resulting in the Internet of Things. However, sometimes the establishment of these standardization processes can lead also into antitrust problems. We have to take into account some considerations of the application of Articles 101 and 102, and also some certain practices known as patent ambush or patent hold-up in the field of standardization processes and also in the field of Internet of Things. And to go on, I think it's better to define briefly how we know about the Internet of Things. And I read a definition which has made on the standardization body, and he has defined as an infrastructure of interconnected objects, people, systems, and information resources together with intelligent services to allow them to process information of physical and virtual world and react. This is in general the Internet of Things, a concept that refers to the digital interconnection of everyday objects with the Internet, as well as a watch or a smart TV or a mobile phone, etc. So in this context, some economic studies indicate that the Internet of Things has a significant opportunity to companies to be globally interconnected and networked, and also it could be very, very valuable for these companies to be interconnected in the Internet of Things. For example, just a date. It is known that in 2020, would be approximately 2,060 billion devices in the world connected with a connection with the Internet of Things. As a result, with the emergence of the Internet of Things and with the large massification of electronic devices, there is a real possibility to analyzing large amounts of big data. And this always drawing useful market conclusions about the analysis of this big data. So in this field, in this field of Internet of Things, there are a lot of range of new products to need to be interconnected, to provide consumers additional products and services, and also to create new business opportunities for companies, and also to magnify the benefits of Internet of Things. So in this context, with the aim to promote innovation and interoperability between these technologies, the European Commission has recently promoted to create new standards in the field of Internet of Things, because the Commission considers that the interplay between patents and standards is important to innovation and growth. So in this field, the Commission has clarified that there is a need for a balanced and reasonable policy for standard essential patents in the European Union. And with this aim, the Commission considers that there is an urgent need to establish some key principles about the standardization processes in the field of Internet of Things. Basically, with two main objectives. Firstly, incentivizing the development of the inclusion of the top technologies in these standardization processes, and secondly, for ensuring a smooth and wide dissemination of standardization technologies based on fair conditions. But, however, in some cases, the establishment, as I noted before, the establishment of standards can also deter competition. And this is, there are some manifestations of these problems known as patent ambush and patent hold-up, as I noted before. Just to brief define these concepts, when we talk about patent ambush, are cases where the essential patent holder participating in a standardization process intentionally omits to communicate to the standardization body that he or she is the patent holder of an essential patent. Being aware that the implementation of this standard will violate its essential patent. And then when the essential patent holder, at the time that the technical standard is approved and the operators have begun to implement it, and in this moment, the patent holder may demand the payment of abusive royalties, and it could be an abuse of dominant position in some cases. And in addition, also in the field of granting license agreements on patent rights, we can find some abuse of dominant position also when there is an unjustified refusal to license in terms of fraud. It's different from patent ambush cases. This is known as patent hold-up cases. And the abuse of dominant position is committed where the patent holder of an essential patent takes advantage of the market because of enjoying this essential patent and refusal to license it to another competitors. So these problems associated with patent ambush and patent hold-up have begun to analyze from the perspective of competition law and from the European authorities. And there's a lot of relevant cases, for example, Rambo's decisions or Samsung, Motorola, and also a judicial pronouncement of the Court of Justice, for example, Huawei cases. And there's a lot of different decisions and cases relating to this kind of anti-competitive practices. Of course, we could further deepen this topic and these problems, but due to a lack of time, I'm going to end my presentation here. And so Thank you once again.